I want to talk about the diet myths versus menopause and what it is that you need to know. And I certainly get the idea that it can be frustrating as far as weight is concerned. Some of the biggest mistakes that women make as it relates to their diet and menopause is that they're really not paying attention to their body and making adjustments accordingly. One of the things that I said right off the bat is that there really is not a specific diet for menopause. It's going to be variable for each individual woman depending on what you need. So, no, there is not a specific diet. Let me lay that myth to rest right off the bat. When I, work with my patients with weight loss, we have a little bit of a window where we say, okay, if you get beyond 5 pounds or 7 pounds of your normal range, that's when you need to kind of pay attention and take some sort of action. So, if the weight is just starting to creep on, you want to be paying attention and take action right then. So sometimes that is a mistake. For example, maybe you could eat certain foods in the past and now you cannot. The thing is, just pay attention to your body and understand that metabolism naturally changes as you mature, meaning it is natural for your metabolism to slow down unless you're actively doing something to counter that. Also, some of the sugars that you need to be aware of are those healthy, sugary or high sugar content foods, such as bananas. How many people are eating bananas every day? Maybe throwing them in a smoothie or something like that. Now, bananas are healthy. They're a great source of potassium, don't get me wrong. But if you're watching your weight and if you're trying to have an impact on your metabolism, understand that that excess sugar will be stored as fat if your body doesn't burn it as energy. All right, so what are some of the simple changes you can start making today? Get honest with yourself and take inventory of what you're eating. Then you need to eliminate certain foods to see how your body responds to them. I'm going to give you another snack that, again, it's not bad in and of itself, but it can be potentially adding more calories than what you'd like, and that's nuts and cheese. I think a lot of women sometimes they over snack on these things. Yes, they are good sources of protein, but they're also dense. And so with nuts in particular, it's very easy to overeat and get too many servings. What is the holistic approach? Well, some of the things that you can try, say for example, is like intermittent fasting. How many of you have tried intermittent fasting? Give me a thumbs up or a heart. The easiest way to do it is think about kind of skipping breakfast, if you will. Basically, you want to be eating in an 8 hour window and fasting for 16 hours. The next thing I want to talk about is why is it, you may be asking yourself, and I have women asking me this all the time, coming in, grabbing that belly fat around the middle and saying, why is it that what worked 18 months ago, 6 months ago, is no longer working? There's several things that may be going on in your body right now, and the biggest one is just the hormonal shifts. Your hormones are changing, your hormones are declining at different rates, and as a result of that, you're having, we use the term hormonal imbalance, but some hormones are not as optimized as others. So again, you guys have an amazing day. Thank you for your patience.